Good evening. Welcome back to Big Oaks Little Farm. I'm Jamie, and I'm headed out to the garden to do some harvesting and some work. But I'm going to fill you in on some things that have been going on in our life real quick first. The reason that, oh girl, your hair is a hot mess.
Strawberry!
I haven't been here for a week. That explains the hot mess hair. So, a week ago yesterday, my parents were visiting a friend in New Mexico, and my dad had a brain aneurysm rupture and caused a hemorrhagic stroke. So my sister and I they flew him to El Paso, and my sister and I were able to fly out there because we have amazing friends that stepped in and took care of the kids while Thomas was working, and just the Lord blessed us in a lot of ways. My dad is doing much better. He actually got extubated today because he was on a ventilator. All reports today have been great, so we're very excited about that. And I am home for the week, catching up on all the things and preparing all the things and preserving food and getting ready to go back out there for a few days this weekend after our market. So tonight, I've roped some of the kids into helping me out in the garden. It needs to be weeded really bad. I need to trellis tomatoes. They did a great job keeping most everything alive in the garden and in the greenhouse. Look at all that okra. Josh is already out here picking stuff, which now isn't the best time to pick certain things like cucumbers, but as you can see, these cucumbers should have already been picked. So I'm probably just going to use them in like some baked goods. Because I think I owe a lot of my friends a nice loaf of something as a thank you. So this is what we're going to do tonight. I thought I would take you along to see the garden. Cherry tomato and grape tomato, my snacker tomato is what I call it section. So you can see I'm getting a little bit of leaf curl because it has been crazy hot. I did water this morning, mid-morning, but it's been so hot. So some of them are looking a little sad. Yep, we can give that to Smee. There are some tomatoes over here that can be picked. Did you just throw it? Did you make it over there?
Yes.
Excellent. There are some tomatoes. Oh no, something got into this one. So these are Brad's Atomic Grape. I'm going to go ahead and pull some of these because something has been getting them. So I would like to leave them until they ripen all the way. But I also am tired of birds and such getting to them. So I'm going to go ahead and bring these in and let them finish ripening inside. You got the basket, buddy? No. Look, see how these have a little bit of red on them? There's some ready on that. There's some ready right here. Look, leave that one. We'll take this one. Yeah, that one down there. And this one. And we're going to let them finish ripening inside.
Mom.
Yeah, we can give that one to Smee. Okay. Josiah, are you ready for your assignment?
Oh, it is in the pool because I see it on the shelf.
Find weeds. There's not that many over here. There's just like a couple here. No, like this is not a weed, that's asparagus. Okay, so pull weeds, put them in that bucket. That is lettuce. So really start on the next row over, like go on, there's not a lot right here, but if you go over there, there's some. If you're not sure if it's a weed, you can rub your finger on it like that and smell it. Oh, and if it smells good, that means it's basil. Please excuse my attire and the whole look I got going on today. If I was only going to record YouTube videos when I had time to put makeup on, we would not have a YouTube channel. So.
Mommy, I actually put a garden plant in.
No, that's not a plant. That's a weed. So, welcome to real life. Oh. I hate that it leaned for so long.
Yeah.
Normally, I pick suckers off and trellis, but I have not been in the garden. I have not been in the garden because I've been gone for a week. And previous to that, I was trying to catch up because the week that all my kids were going to camp, I did a lot of like other projects and stuff and didn't spend a ton of time in the garden. So I was still trying to catch up from that when I ended up having to leave. So I'm so behind in the garden. So as I'm trellising some of these tomatoes that are like really leaning, I have to be very, very careful not to break them off. So whereas I would love to straighten it out and trellis it, that's not going to happen. So because I'm so far behind with trellising, my tomatoes are all drooping. So I'm having to be very careful.
Look at it! Look at it all. But mostly, and black cherry tomatoes.
So my hope is that these that are drooping downward will grow back up because they like to grow up. So hopefully the stuff that's kind of pointed down right now will eventually perk back up.
Subscribe, my friends.
This is lemon basil, and it is my favorite. I wish it had not gone to seed already, but I may not right now because I got too much to do. But I may end up kind of topping it off, like trimming it down, and seeing if it'll grow a second batch, I guess. It might. We'll see.
Oh. I'm back. It's been 13, 14, 15 seconds into the video.
Well, I'm just trimming off the dead or dying leaves of these tomato plants.
What's easier?
Are you an excellent videographer, Josh?
No.
No?
Me, pig. You want it? You want it? Eat it. You want it? You want it? I think I failed to video me dropping it.
So I had made a deal with the kids that if they helped me until 7:15, they could have a popsicle or a piece of candy and then go swimming. So they are headed in to do that, but I still have a lot of work to do. So I'm going to keep working for just a little bit. I do really need to go separate Stacy so that I can milk her tomorrow. But I'll go do it in a minute. Okay, so Josh was helping me video a little bit there for a minute, so if it was a little shaky. And he tried to record me saying this, but really just got the back of my head, so I'm going to say it again. When I'm trellising tomatoes, I will come down here and take off the wires that I had on previously that aren't really needed anymore because it's trellised up higher, so that I can reuse them. Because this, you can see, it's not doing anything anymore. Oh my gosh, my hands are so dirty. I have some serious garden fingers, tomato fingers at the moment. So I'll take these off and reuse them up higher because I'm almost out of wire. I'm a poet. I'm getting there. I have finished 1.5-ish rows. And I still know, I mean, the cherry tomatoes didn't need much because I had just done them before I left. But I have finished this right here behind me. And I've done this part. I still need to do this part. I hope I didn't make you sick there. And then I have one more row of tomatoes over there. Oh, that needs some attention. I have zucchini here growing out into my walkway. So I saw this thing on, I don't know if it was Pinterest or TikTok or what, I don't know, Instagram. But I saw this thing where people had zucchini growing up in like this really strong tomato cage, and they made it grow straight up instead of lying on the ground. And I think I might try that next time I grow zucchini. So I don't know if I'll grow any in the fall. It just depends on what I have space for. But I'm gonna try that next time I grow zucchini because it's just taking over the walkway. So it would be nice to have a different option where I wasn't growing in my way and over, like it's totally kind of shadowed out a marigold under here and caused the marigold to die because it's not getting enough sunlight. So that may be something to look at trying in the future. So I didn't quite get finished, but it is getting late and I have other things that I need to get done. I've got some sourdough bread that is ready to be shaped. I have, I need to go separate Stacy so I can milk her in the morning. So my plan is to be back out here bright and early tomorrow. I normally get up at 5:30 and brew my coffee and go milk the cow, but being that it is 7:45 and I'm just now about to go separate the cow, I'm gonna get up and work in the garden and then milk the cow after breakfast because the kids usually get up about 7. So after I feed them, then I'll go out and milk the cow, and hopefully that'll give me time to get the rest of this garden. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say the rest of this garden weeded, but I will say the rest of the tomatoes trellised. Okay, so to show that my garden is far from perfect, I'm going to show you my mint patch right now. See that? There's mint in there. All of this is mint, but all of this coming up in it is weeds. It's so bad right now. It's terrible. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when I don't spend time over here for a couple of weeks. I have been told, oh look, these pumpkins that just came up. They're so cute. I don't know what kind they are. I'll know when they're, bigger and full grown. Here is one here. Check out that. Josh said he thinks it's ready to harvest. Oh, it is. That's so exciting. So these pumpkins, this one, this is another one, and then there's one down here. All just came up. Oh, there's one over there, and I think this is a separate one here. They came up from pumpkins that we were busting right here to give to the pigs. And this one down here is starting to get some little ones finally. But they almost look like watermelon. But I don't remember having any watermelon out here that it would have come up from. But don't those look like little watermelon? I don't know. I have yet to successfully grow watermelon. So I have yet to successfully grow watermelon. But it's partially because I don't love watermelon. So there have been some years where I haven't tried to grow it. And then I've tried to grow it in my tower gardens and a breaker flipped while we were gone. And so it didn't run and it didn't get watered and it all died. So I'm not 100% sure what watermelon is supposed to look like. So I am going to pull this pumpkin and see if I see, ooh, hold on, I'm going to show you this one. This is a separate, this one I think are little white pumpkins because I did have some of those. There are some in here. This is crazy. This is just crazy over here. I don't know which vine this one's even coming off of, but I'm going to pull it in a minute. There's more over here. Like, we can't weed eat or mow over here because I've got pumpkin growing up everywhere, and if a volunteer plant's going to give me food, I'm not cutting it down. So I actually have some pumpkins on the porch, I'll show you in just a minute, that I'm planning on making a big batch of pumpkin butter with. So here are the pumpkins I was referring to on my porch. They were also volunteer pumpkins. This is the one I just pulled, but the rest of these were just volunteers. All from one plant. It grew out of compost, out of our compost that I had put next to the greenhouse. So now I'm gonna separate Miss Stacy. Hey Stacy girl. Gonna move her into the barn for the night so we can milk tomorrow. Her little calf. Where's the little calf? Oh, he's way out there laying down right now. While I was in El Paso with my parents, Our OG, our original cow, Bessie, had her baby, and I was so sad to miss it, but I'm going to show you. This baby is adorable. Hey, Bessie girl, is that your baby? So we've nicknamed this one T-Bone because one day he's going to make some good T-bone. So you see there's not a lot of grass in there, so she does have hay, just so you know, but I'm hoping to move her out of there in about a week. We had to separate her from Stacy and Stacy's baby because she kept nursing Stacy's baby, and that does not work because we needed her baby to get her colostrum. So I had to separate them, and I figure I'll give it about a week till she's not, in the colostrum stage anymore, and then I'll probably put them back together just because it makes it easier for rotation purposes. We're kind of rotating them around the big pasture out here, but it's been so dry. The grass is not replenishing really well, so I may actually try to move them back behind the house in our portable Gallagher fence. The problem with the Gallagher fence is that a piece of the wire broke and we had to tie it back together, so we cannot roll it up how it's supposed to. So I have to figure out a way to move it that isn't a big pain to move it that far. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll get that figured out so that we can put them back and then they can mow and have good grass to eat. All right, while I'm walking back up to the house, I wanted to take a minute to say thank you. This has been a difficult year for our family. Back in January, my father-in-law was admitted to the hospital where he stayed until, gosh, I don't know, a month ago maybe. In January, I went to the hospital with rhabdomyolysis, which was no fun whatsoever. My grandmother passed away in January, and I missed her funeral because I was at the I was in the hospital myself. And now this, out of nowhere, my dad's healthy, very active. He still works. So we've just had a lot of gut punches this year. We've had a lot of great things this year too. Our first litters of Kuni pigs, which are over there. These sweet calves born, new life. The garden, is doing better than I've managed a garden ever. Even though it's not perfect, it's still the biggest garden I've ever had. So it hasn't been all bad, but it's been a difficult year. We just really appreciate knowing how many people are rooting for us and were praying for us and my dad and Thomas's dad when he was in the hospital, me when I was in the hospital. It's just really a blessing to have such sweet people in your life, especially our friends, our church body, community there. Have been amazing and stepped up and taken care of my kids when I needed to fly to El Paso, but Thomas was working in Missouri. It's just been so neat to see God's provision in that. Anyway, one last thing I'll show you, so I'm very excited. All of these right here are pumpkins for the pumpkin patch that I plan on growing. I'm very excited about it. I have some other things too, some huckleberries and whatnot. I actually just came out here because I need to set some of these out to start hardening off so I can plant them. But pumpkin patch 2022, Lord willing, we'll have you all out. All right, so with that, it is time for me to go in and put kids to bed and shape sourdough and all of those fun things, do laundry and such. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching. Happy homesteading. Hey guys, so it has actually been about a week since I recorded the video that you just watched. I've actually flown back out to El Paso and back home in the time that it took me to get that video edited. But I wanted to kind of give a little update and show you something neat that I came home to. So my dad was extubated the day after I flew home. But the day after I flew back down there, I got in late at night. I went to see him for like 15 minutes. He was kind of out of it asleep. And then the next morning had to be intubated again because he went into respiratory distress. He had gotten some pneumonia and some infection in his lungs while he was intubated, and they think he aspirated some during the stroke when the aneurysm ruptured. So now we're just waiting on his lungs to heal. Hopefully he will be extubated again soon. He was doing really well today, and he is breathing on his own without the help of the machine. So hopefully we'll get that done again soon, and then it's just going to take time and healing. So please keep praying for him to be able.
Tomatoes. I know what these are called.
Ava got excited about the cherry black tomatoes that we just picked. Anyway, we appreciate your prayers. Please keep it up. I wanted to show you something neat that I came home to.
Oh no, I did.
I came home to our first sunflower, and now something already ate some petals off of it. But it was really fun to come home to a sunflower because I love sunflowers, and because sunflowers are healing flowers and helpful flowers.